is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Welcome to INC Radio Oregon, where our brethren from different parts of Oregon, Washington, California, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming greet you. Come get to know all of our brethren from the Ecclesiastical District of Oregon and explore our activities, experiences, and sceneries. This is Oregon. Hello to our viewers and hello to our listeners. Thank you for joining INC Radio Oregon. My name is Jillian Pimentel, and today our topic will be learning to reach out. Now, before we continue with our topic, I would like to introduce Sister Flo, and why don't you go ahead as well introduce our panel today, Sister Flo?
Hi, Sister Jillian. I am Sister Flo Guillermo, and it's great to be here. We're going to have a great show today, and on our panel today, who's joining us is our sister Blessing Guillermo. And if you're wondering what the relationship is with our last name here, she is my sister-in-law. Our husbands are siblings. So, hi, Sister Blessing.
Hello, Sister Flo. Hello, Sister Jillian. Hello, INC Radio Oregon. I'm Sister Blessing Guillermo from the District of Washington State. So happy and honored to be here.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And she is also from INC Radio Seattle, Washington. And we have another sister joining us today. I hope that she's ready to join us. She'll give me a wave if she's ready. Yeah, she's ready. All right. Let's have our sister joining us from the South Central States radio satellite. Sister Arnie.
Hi, I'm Sister Arnie from, right now I'm actually in Cleburne, which is an extension of our congregation in Fort Worth.
All right. Thanks for joining us and helping us out here for INC Radio Oregon. Back to you, Sister Jillian.
Thank you, Sister Flo, and thank you, Sister Blessing and Sister Arnie for joining us in our conversation today. Now, before we continue, let's go ahead and talk about our live chat and our question today. Let's go ahead and engage in the chat and share your valuable feedback and insightful thoughts about our topic today. We'll go ahead and read them on air, so your participation is greatly appreciated. Today we have 2 live chat engagement questions. Our first one being, do you have close friends who live far away? And second, how do you keep in contact with them? Now, make sure you get your greatest answers because they will be read on air today. Now, Sister Flo, Sister Blessing, Sister Arnie, why don't we go ahead and go into our topic? So as life goes on, friends and family, they start to move around and we might not be as close to them physically anymore. So the people that we care about, we want to keep in contact with. You know, many of us have busy lives. We're tending to our family members, our work, maybe our school, hobbies, or other important obligations that we might have lost track of time. Yet sometimes we don't know how to reach out to check in on those friends and families and to also maintain those relationships. Now, today we will talk about how to reach out to others and the benefits of keeping in contact so that we can maintain our friendships, we can create a network for jobs, and especially help to share our faith.
And so why do many hesitate to reach out. So we're going to touch base on this a little bit today. And so, sometimes we wonder what our family or our friends are doing, and if they may have settled into their new place, maybe, or sometimes we think that they have their own lives um, in their new homes or are busy with their new jobs. We may not know their reaction if we do reach out, especially when a long time has passed. So let's envision this. Let's envision this instead. Think about how you feel when a friend you haven't talked to reaches out. Imagine the joy you feel when reconnecting and catching up on each other's lives. Sometimes we make an excuse that our friends and our family members are busy and we don't want to bother them. However, let's take the time to be supportive, and being supportive does make an impact to others. So simply saying congratulations on your new job or compliment them, that showing your love and your care, even just to say how are you, or I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Sister Flo. And so sometimes there are times that we will hesitate. Now, why is that? Why would we hesitate whenever we are reaching out to our friends and families? Sometimes someone might fear embarrassment, rejection from others, or sometimes they might think that they look inferior. The other person could be busy with doing the numerous tasks, the busy lives that we mentioned before, or even tending to other people. There are times we are misunderstood when we reach out. Now, how about these? Consider how you feel when you help someone out, whether it is a friend or a stranger. They're positive feelings, right? So don't underestimate the willingness of other people's will to help. And if you fear embarrassment from observers, remember that many people are often too caught up in their own concerns. Sometimes people are concerned at what they look like to other people. They're not really worried about what you might be feeling or whenever they're concerned with their own image. Now, making the connection can be easy and pleasant for both parties. Almost everyone has social media. It could be a means of finding someone we have not seen or heard from in a long time. And now, see, this is our advantage when it comes to reaching out to people because we can use this social media to our benefit. We can plan activities to spend quality time together, such as cooking, playing board games, or even eating food. Using technology, we have text, email, and other various messaging apps. Now, when we ask for help, we show strength and courage, not weakness. There are also many benefits. Some of these might include gaining support, strengthening relationships, learning and growth, and freeing up our time to focus on other tasks. Now, why don't we go on to the bulk of our topic today, which is listening to the input of our sisters on the panel today. Now, how do you keep in contact with long distance friends and family? And I'm also curious for all of you sisters, what is the longest distance friend that you have? So, why don't we go ahead and start with our sister Arnie today?
Okay, so I recently moved to Texas, so all of my family's in California. So I have to make, an effort to reach out to them. But I do have friends in other parts of the world. So, I have family in Norway, in Copenhagen, of course, also in the Philippines. And so, I have to try to reach out to everybody who is afar off.
That's quite the distance for you, Sister Arnie, and your friends. I know keeping that type of distance can be kind of hard to maintain the contact with them. And so, Sister Blessing, how about you? How do you keep in contact with your long distance friends and family?
That's where social media comes in. And one thing about COVID, it has taught us to reach out to people via whether it's Telegram or text or other means of technology. Simple like texting. Nobody make phone calls these days, apparently, but a lot of texting going on. So I do not have a widespread friends as Sister Arnie, but I do have friends in Texas, Sister Arnie. Yeah, so we do text quite a bit, and we do a lot of Facebook stalking to see how they're doing, and we do reach out to each other via, texting. So there's so many ways now, and there's really no excuse anymore.
Exactly right, Sister Blessing. No excuses as to not to reach out. I also have friends
I
from. Oh, yes, Sister Arnie.
I was just gonna say, for me, the only hindrance about the whole reaching out thing is the time difference. I
Yes.
used to send messages to my sisters all the time, and then they finally got frustrated and said, "Okay, no texting before 8 a.m." And I'm like, 8 a.m. my time or 8 a.m. your time?
8 a.m. is by the time I'm waking up, so looks like we'll have to wait until the next day to text them. And I agree. Social media, we have a lot of different methods that enable us to reach out to those friends. Sister Flo, how about you? Your long distance friends and family. How are you keeping in contact with them?
Oh, yeah. I have friends, I guess, quite a bit all over the world. Um, my friends, first is the INCRadio family from different corners of the world I've made friends with. Um, of course, my family back home in Hawaii, where Sister Blessing and I are from. And of course, we have friends there all over the States too. So, how do I keep in contact with them? Like we all said, it's the most popular thing is to, we have our social media um, and messaging, different messaging apps that we do. But I think for me to have the personal personal touch, I guess, I try to do the best to give them a phone call on the phone. Yes, Sister Blessing, we do a lot of phone calling, and so it's important to do that as well.
Agreed, Sister Flo. I have friends as well from the Philippines and England as well, and just friends from all over the states, from activities that we've had. And so just being able to connect and using the advantage of social media and able to reach out to all of them has been quite amazing. So having connections all over the world has been really fun. So you get to know different experiences and different backgrounds. So all of this being said, why is it important for us to reach out or to keep in touch with them? So since they're so far away, why do we have to put in the work in order to get to know them and to keep that contact? So Sister Flo, I'll go back to you.
Um, it's important to stay in touch with your family, of course, um, and to just let them know that you're there for them. To let them know they are in your thoughts, and to just make sure they're doing well. To just find out how they're doing. That's so important because maybe down later on the line, maybe something's up and you want to be there for them. So it is important to just stay in touch.
Exactly. Letting them know that you're there, supporting from afar.
Yeah.
Sister Blessing, why do you think it's important to reach out to them?
Since I work from home, reaching out to others is the only way I can talk to people.
Oh, that is so
Well,
true, Sister Blessing.
it's just too easy to become a recluse, a hermit with today's environment. Working from home means I don't, it's hard to dress up. It's hard to motivate yourself to move out. So reaching out to others gives you that reason to go out and have dinner or go out and socialize and be in touch with not just family but with friends too. And so it keeps you human. It keeps me talking to people. Otherwise I'm just stuck behind that computer working away. What about you, Sister Arnie? Do you work from home too?
Oh, so I
Oh,
think she froze.
I think she
Okay.
did. But yes, it's not only just for them because it's true. Reaching out to others especially if it's a surprise that you haven't been in contact with them. It's a nice surprise to have somebody reach out to you.
No, actually,
Oops,
I
we got her
never
back.
had a chance to work from home, not even during COVID.
Sis-
I physically,
Sister Arnie, you're choppy. Sorry.
I, oh, can you hear me?
No, it's a little bit choppy, sister. Okay, go ahead.
All right. I agree with you, Sister Blessing. It's a great benefit for us as well because I can relate. I've been
Yeah, it's
living in
it's
the
it's
same
kind of
town.
an area that doesn't have good Wi-Fi. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Sister Arnie.
Oh, I didn't know if
While
you guys can
we're
hear me yet.
Hello, Sister Arnie.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, because I can hear you guys this whole time, but I don't know why you can't hear me. So, like you all said, reaching out to everybody is it's good to keep in contact. But one of the reasons I like to do it is because I travel a lot, and so I want to be able to have a chance to see them when I go to wherever they're at. And so, I want to make sure I keep contact. That I want to say, hey, I'm going to be there next month. Make sure you're available so that we could hang out. But if you don't keep in contact with them and then you just call them out of the blue, once every 2 years and say, hey, I'm going to come visit you, then that just seems so random.
Yeah, I agree with that, Sister Arnie. Like having friends from different part of the states, if you just randomly pop up at their door and say, "Hey, let's here to hang out," it'd be kind of awkward if you haven't kept in touch for a long time before that. But I'm kind of the same as Sister Blessing, where I've been living in the same town for all my life, and then whenever it came to moving out, all I had were those connections that kept me excited to be able to go out and have friends and get out of my university housing and be able to hang out with everyone. Says having those connections is really what kept me excited during school. And it was a nice support for whenever the school year was starting as well, having all of those assignments and everything. And so whenever we do reach out, sometimes we think about should we reach out or do we think that we're too nervous? And so have you guys ever been too nervous to reach out for help? And how were you able to overcome this? So Sister Blessing, I see you nodding your head over there.
Well, let's see. I have not had. I've not been in contact with a friend of mine that I went to work with for many, many years, and we lost touch. Um, and I wanted to introduce my nephew who loves music, and I knew this friend loved music, but he just like Sister Arnie was talking about this, just reaching out to them randomly. It's kind of weird. So I hesitated for a long time, but then I realized that hey, it's been a while since I got together with my friend, so I'm not just reaching out to ask for help, but I also am very genuinely interested in how he's doing. So I was able to stalk him on Facebook, see what he was doing, and reach out to him and his one of his comments, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, Blessing, good to see you." So I, with his reaction, I felt good in reaching out because that meant that he wanted me to reach out too. So it ended well, and we're still in contact, but it there was a lot of hesitancy because it's been a while. Like Sister Arnie said, it's like randomly you hear from somebody like after so many years. But you know what? I think if you used to be that good of a friend, they're also thinking about you too.
That's exactly right. You brought up a really good point, Sister Blessing. It's you never know, they might be waiting for you to keep in contact so that you can reignite that friendship. And so I know a lot of our viewers today are having the same experiences that we're talking about today. So, Sister Flo, do you want to read some of our live chat messages and see what they're saying?
Yeah. Yes, sis. Okay, so let's see. Kuya Ronnie Bayuga, all the way from northern Midwest, he said that the way he keeps in touch with people is chat messages and social media. I think that's pretty much a universal thing for all of us to go and see what how to you know keep in contact with everyone. Let's see. We have Sister Morietta Miller. She said it's important to just to connect and check and make sure they're okay, you're okay, and that everyone is okay. So I think her magic word is, or her key word is connection. So connection it is. And also, let's see, let's go say hello to some brethren out here joining us. And yes, Brother Nathaniel Russell from South Central State, and Brother Jay Esperanza. Hi, Brother Jay. He is saying hello to INCRadio Oregon. Happy watching. Greetings from Melbourne, Australia West. Not sure what time it is over there, but thank you for joining us. We have Brother Romel Arlos from Hillsboro, Sister Ledesma from Vancouver, Sister Mary Jane Angeles, wife of our resident minister from Hillsboro, Brother Danny J. Angeles, Sister Sally Samorton from Baba Nuang, Isabella West. Hello, Brother Armand Kagingin joining us. Brother Benny Castillo from, let's see, Albany, Roseburg, and Eugene. Hello po. Sister Melissa Yaneza, Sister Lucy Ancheta from locals of Charlotte, North Carolina, there in the District of Virginia. And Brother Albertson, Sister Danielle from um, Vancouver, as well as they're greeting Brother Moises Cadusale, our district minister, and his family. Go ahead, Sister Jillian.
All right, thank you, Sister Flo, and thank you to all our live chatters. Why don't you all help us out in answering this last question for our broadcast? And how can contacting friends or asking for help benefit you? And so, Sister Blessing, how can contacting your friends or asking for help benefit yourself?
Well, I think we mentioned some of the reasons why already. Basically, to keep our social social life alive, and also to motivate us, because really relationships are a very very beneficial part of our lives, right? I mean, what without our friends and our family, who are we? And it's not just for friends, but our family too. It's always nice to touch bases with my nieces and nephews who also have their own lives, and also whenever we do reach out to others, it benefits not only us, but it benefits them to know that we're thinking about them as well.
Exactly. And I like how you said that we have our friends, we have our family, and those are people who are very important to us. So, of course, it's important to keep those connections with them. Sister Arnie, I know that you said you have friends from all over. So, how has been asking for help or maybe even contacting them as friends benefited you?
So for me, I really don't ask for help too much. So usually when I contact them, it's just to say hello or to say hi. And I think just being able to hear from people, that just brings joy, but not necessarily having to ask for help. I think I'm more of the type where they come to me for help as opposed to me going to them for help. So.
Yes, being a listener as well is one important key of being a friend. And so being able to be there for them is just as important. And Sister Flo, how about you? Contacting your friends or asking for help?
Sometimes I do need to ask for help, like today. I've asked Sister Arnie and Sister Blessing to help us here on INC Radio. So, yeah, it just had to muster a little bit of courage to and ask for help. But, when we know that they're more than willing to help, they'll be there for us. Um, Most of the time, it's 50-50. I ask for help, people ask me for help. And, that's important. Having the human connection, we've learned that it's so so important, especially when we were coming out of, our the last 3-4 years we had our pandemic. um moments there, and we sometimes had to lose touch with people, but when we were able to have connection with each other, i I felt like that was the best thing, and that we realized that how important to have that human connection, and making sure that everyone that we know and love, that we think about them and we care about them. And somewhere down the line, either we need them now or we need them later. At least we can tell each other or let them know that we are here for you, or they're going to be there for us. So I'll end it right here and on that note, and I'll go ahead, Sister Jillian.
All right. Thank you, Sister Flo. And so I agree with all three of you sisters. It's being able to have those connections with those who are maybe the physically most farthest from us to those who are the closest. It's always important, and being able to create that network so that we could have people to rely on, and vice versa, people to rely on us as well. Now, keeping in contact and showing care to our loved ones, even when they're far away, can help boost their happiness and even your own. So, this creates a supportive environment. They can also help you later with networking, finding new friends, and even sharing our own faith. Now, before we go ahead and end our broadcast today, why don't we go ahead and take some greetings from our panels today? So, Sister Blessing, how would you want to greet your friends, your long term friends here today?
Yes, Sister Kimmy and the Lorenzo family in Texas, Killian, and my daughter in Saudi Arabia, and 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 friends and family in Hawaii. So aloha, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you, Sister Blessing. Sister Arnie, who are those that you would like to greet today?
Maybe just my cousin Hazel, who is out in Copenhagen, and hoping I'd be able to come visit her soon.
All right. Thank you, Sister Arnie. And I would also like to greet my parents, Brother June, Sister Lisa, and also all of my friends from the local congregation in Albany, local congregation of Portland, the local congregation I was at before, and our group worship service of Eugene and Roseburg. Now, Sister Flo, on to you for all of your greetings.
All right. So before we, just one more message from our live chat. Brother Romel Arlo said it's beneficial, Paul, because it's always great to hear from important people in our lives. It doesn't matter whatever the news that you get. It's important to hear from them. And just quite a celebration in this few days or few weeks. First of all, our group worship service in Billings in Montana celebrates their 7 years as a group worship service today, June 22nd, in the local congregation of Vancouver. Birthdays, actually today, we'd like to extend a very happy birthday to our littlest brother in our local congregation of Vancouver, Brother Rod Edward Reyes. He turns 3 today, and he's the son of our resident minister, Brother Rod Reyes, and Brother Eduardo Manzanillo today as well. Sister Cynthia Nash, June 25. And then our wedding anniversaries, local congregation of Beaverton is Brother Gregorio and Sister Rosalinda Coeli on June 26th. Local congregation of Vancouver, June 28th. Brother Rene and Sister Lisa Del Mundo, 39 years. All right, back to you to wrap it out, Sister Jillian.
All right, thank you, Sister Flo. And for the rest of our show, we have our special acknowledgments, whom we would like to thank our Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, our CFO Coordinator, and SEBC CEO and President. Thank you for your love and guidance for us in our INC radio programs, and for everything you do for all of the brethren worldwide. Thank you to everyone who has joined us on INC Radio Oregon, and make sure to share this program link with your friends and family, and subscribe to INC Radio DZEM 954 on YouTube. Now, up next, we have the INC Radio Alaska. Make sure to join us again next week on INC Radio Oregon.
Thank you to our Julian.